Hey everyone, welcome to The Delta, a podcast about how blockchain and technology is changing our financial environment and discussing its impacts on society. My name is Rustin Cavil, and joined with me today is my co founder, Dan Durning. Together, we're the founders of Coast, which is the app that simplifies TradFi and DeFi, helping you navigate your financial future with confidence. To learn more about Coast, you can go visit getcoast.io. In today's episode, we just wanted to briefly explain the purposes of this podcast, as well as maybe give a little bit of insight into why we're building Coast, why we're launching this podcast, and what future episodes will be about. And so, maybe if helpful, we can just cover our backgrounds a little bit, what got us interested in building what we are building today. And so, Dan, maybe do you want to give a brief introduction of yourself, a little bit about your background, and maybe a brief intro about Coast?
Sure thing. Yeah, my name is Dan Durning, co-founder of Coast. My background is in product management. I also have a degree, though, in public policy. And to me, I see blockchain and DeFi and finance, the future of finance, really being this transformative, powerful sort of opportunity or avenue for people to change their lives and for us to change the way we operate as a society. And so for me, it comes from a deep appreciation and passion for helping people and wanting to see a better society and better tools for everyone. And that's where we're building Coast. I think fundamentally, we want to just help people make finance easier. Over 70% of Americans don't even have a financial plan with things like blockchain, cryptocurrency, DeFi. These are brand new financial vehicles and tools that people can use, and most people have no clue how to use them. So we want to build a service that really just makes it so easy to get tapped in, to get plugged in, to get educated, to make informed decisions, and to navigate your life with more confidence. And really excited to build this podcast with you. As always, we love talking about this stuff. And I think we're going to have a really cool setup here. Some weeks will be interviews with people, friends of the show, experts in certain fields. And other weeks will just be conversations between the two of us talking about current events or news or what we're building at Coast. And yeah, just grateful to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, Dan, thanks so much for the background and for sharing that. I'm it's like such an honor to be building a company with you. Just for the listeners, Dan and I have known each other for 6 years. We met each other at a YC backed startup based out of Oakland, and we became fast friends. And we knew that eventually we would work together again. And now is kind of the right time and right opportunity. Um, Fun piece of trivia: Dan actually is the person who introduced me to blockchain back in 2016, 27. No, I guess, yeah, 2017, 2018, maybe.
Yeah.
And so kind of going full circle here, I guess for the viewers and listeners, my degree's in finance, and I've been passionate about personal finance since I was 15 or 16. I've always wanted to help people figure out how to better their financial position. And growing up, I saw just how much finance impacts every aspect of our lives, and it thereby impacts society as a whole as well. When people are financially healthy, they have a greater positive impact on society as a whole. And so, yeah, seeing my parents go through, I watched them get out of debt. I watched them pay off their house. I watched them uh, regain stability in their own financial situation, and just saw how much it improved their own well-being and emotional well-being and happiness and the strength that we were as a family. I wanted to be able to impart that to other people. I was very inspired by their journey, and yeah, so I worked in primarily corporate environments for the last 10 years of my career. And as I mentioned, Dan got me into blockchain a number of years ago. And that kind of spread this little seed of financial empowerment. I see blockchain as really being able to change people's state where there's not intermediaries uh, like incumbent institutions that might impose harsh, uh, not regulation, but almost like penalties and taxes for people who don't have a ton of cash. And I see DeFi really playing a part in leveling that playing field for a lot of consumers. And so, very passionate about what we're building. As they mentioned, we're building an app that combines both traditional finance and decentralized finance all into one platform. So, our users can connect their checking, their savings, their traditional accounts, as well as their blockchain wallets and centralized exchanges to our platform as well. And we're really excited to be building additional tools and functionality to be able to help people be able to navigate life confidently with all asset classes. Yeah, so that's a little bit about our backgrounds. Anything else that we want to cover in this first episode? In the next one, we've got a great guest already on the docket, and we're excited to be able to chat with him and share a little bit more about what's coming here very soon.
Yeah, I think the
Dan, anything else?
only thing I would add here is the delta. The name of the podcast really comes from this
Yeah,
idea that um, Coast is the convergence of traditional finance and decentralized finance. We see the delta playing on this coastal theme, this oceanic water meets land. Deltas in rivers are where the land meets, or the river creates new land. And so we sort of chart the uncharted. And delta also is like the Greek word for change. So what is changing about finance, and how do we see this shaping out? Um, and one last thing to add is just that we're always listening, and we always want to provide value to folks that are listening to this podcast or using Coast. So please always feel free to write in with viewer suggested ideas, comments, feedback, guests, topics you'd like us to cover. We're happy to incorporate them in the future.
amazing. Well, I think that'll wrap it up for episode one. Quick introductory episode to the Delta. And we look forward to bringing on incredible guests over the coming months and years. And we'll see you all in the next one.